Good day. Today I'll be presenting on T-scan digital imprints to optimize the prosthetic solution. It's a case series what I present. Uh, Definitely the prosthodontics and occlusion go in hand, and every prosthetic case comes on end with an occlusion only. And any type of a prosthesis need not follow a similar occlusal scheme. Say for a complete denture, fixed prosthesis, or for an implant, or for a full mouth rehabilitation, different occlusal schemes are planned and executed. There are different occlusal indicators available, mainly in the form of articulating paper, waxes, pressure indicating paste, shim stocks, and mylar strips. These are definitely used for looking for the occlusal contacts and to balance them. Very commonly used are anywhere between 8 micron thickness to 100 micron thickness. And when we look for corrections, we go for the model of a progressive checking or verification, right from 200 microns to up to 8 microns. And mostly when we use thicker the articulating paper, the area marked would be larger. And if you are using thinner, it can be marked precisely. But if you are using thicker, it can, we might end up doing excessive grinding too. What do we expect in any prosthetic rehabilitation? We have to definitely look for occlusal stability. And because of that, we can achieve a good functional stability. And with these two, we can definitely achieve a good aesthetic stability too. How many times have we thought in our clinics that can we have something definitely better, which will be helpful in looking and analyzing for the occlusal contacts? And that's how I've started using this T-scan Novus device. And what this has is that sensors, which records the maxillary and the mandibular arches separately in the digitized forms, and it converts into as intensity, timing, and force of the contacts. And this is one of the cases which I have done, and we have checked for the occlusal optimization. And here what we saw in this full mouth rehab case is, during the BIS trial stages, we marked it, we tried to assess it. But, once we did a T-scan, what we could see is clearly there was excessive amount of contacts were present on the right side. Clearly, there was a higher contact present from the right to the left. And this center of trajectory also was more shifting towards the right side. So once we have assessed this, we started correcting it. And this is the mid stage of correction wherein we can see this, the center of trajectory is again falling back into this center pad. And this is the final corrected ones wherein you can see almost all the occlusal contacts are available on the posteriors, and the balance between the right and left side is also completely better. And we don't see any high intensity contacts on the posterior, but it is more of a low to the intermediate intensity contacts present on the posterior region. There's one more prosthetic case wherein a hybrid prosthesis was given, and we started evaluating for the occlusal contacts during the trial stages itself. And when we saw here, we can see it is completely again shifted to the left side. It's close to 94% showing on the left side, with the center of trajectory, showing completely deviated from the center pad to the left side, indicating more heavy contacts present only on that particular side. And this was the first correction. Once we identified, we corrected all the non-functional cusps and central grooves and marginal ridges. We were able to correct it. And again, what we saw was, still that imbalance was present between the right and left. And we went for the second correction again, and it was becoming better. The optimization was becoming better. And this was the final corrected balance wherein, what we could see is on bilateral, both the sides, what we could achieve was, there was an equal amount of a balance was present between the right and left side, and the center of trajectory was started falling into that center pad region. This is one more case of an implant occlusion analysis, wherein what we did was, it's a single implant prosthesis given in region of 4-7. And once the patient started clenching, we can even see the initial first point of contact where exactly happening. Is it deviation is present, or it's happening at that, simultaneously on both the sides? And towards the maximal biting force also, what we saw, it was happening almost at the on either sides of the occlusal contacts, and on the implant also it was very well balanced. And what we saw for the same patient was this occlusal timing. This is very important since, the occlusal timing should happen anywhere less than 0.25 seconds. Then only it indicates there is hardly any premature contact and it is making a simultaneous contact. And we are able to achieve that intermediate contact in this implant prosthesis too. This is one more case of an implant prosthesis wherein it was given in 1-4 region. And here we can again clearly see this, the shift is happening from that implant prosthesis itself. This is a pre-operative image. Right from the initial point of contact to the final contact, it is not more, the center of trajectory is not shifting to the center pad. And in the first correction, what we achieved was it was shifting to that, but still there were high points present, or there were excessive contacts present in that implant prosthesis. And this was the final one wherein we can see the center of trajectory falling exactly into the center of the center pad, which is supposed to be a good sign. And what we achieve, this is also balanced between the right and left side. Yes, to discuss, I would say the occlusal indicators are presented as qualitative indicators and quantitative indicators. The qualitative indicators can be in the form of articulating paper, pressure indicating paste, definitely. Whereas when it comes as a quantitative indicators, only a T-scan device could be the better one. And what is the achieve, or what do we expect from an occlusal point of view is occlusal stability, and which can be achieved when it is at say about 8 to 10 mu microns only. And when we use other paper, articulating paper, or shin stocks, or for that matter, even mylar strips, what we can see is it is in a form we can look for it, but we may not be able to quantify it. And what do we see in this T-scan? It provides definitely the intensity of the contact. It provides timing of the occlusal contact. It gives us the force centering details. It also definitely gives the percentage of the contact present between the sites, and also it gives between the individual tooth also. And it also provides us force time outliners graphs. To conclude, I would say, yes, definitely digital occlusion imprints show us the way to optimize the occlusion to the maximum. These are excellent digital tools which can aid in developing new treatment plans and goals. The scope of use is wide and effective, and use of such tools can help us in achieving occlusal stability and functional stability. Thank you.